What's up, people? Cheezit Trading. First video of many coming. What do I do here? Chat, my techniques, what I use. Just a few. Supply, demand, aka sellers, buyers. Market structure, understanding the highs and lows, liquidation. And then Elliott Wave Theory, very complex technique that's been around for decades. Took me about a good year to master that and continue to stay within the rules of Elliott Wave. But I'll use all three combinations to do my trades. So, what we're going to do, we're going to get started. I'm going to talk about a few trades I did yesterday, today. A couple requests coming in from my Discord that I'm going to go over as well. So, right here, I'm on US 500. I really like using US 500. ES gets so gappy. This one I find a lot better quality just defining my zones for supply and demand. So right here we are on the 30-minute time frame. Right here you see 15/30. That's a combo demand zone. We had a 2-minute right here that we hit yesterday, and we continue just to really grind and chop. There's a couple little small swing trades that we're able to pull off on the smaller time frame. And today what we had at open came down here. These blue lines indicate like a market structure to sweep low right here. This can indicate two things. Is there a bearish structure going to develop, or sellers take their profit, buyers come in, and we go the opposite direction? And in that case, that's what this happened here. We're on the 1-minute time frame. Wouldn't have taken a trade right here. I would like to see some development and a higher high on the low time frame being taken out, which would be right here. Higher high, and this is a 1-minute time frame demand zone that printed. This would be my entry. Entry happens, continue to grind, and we take out the previous high. That would be my target and my exit. Now, you could hold, but being this whole range bound is kind of choppy. Decent swings, but kind of choppy. There's no indicator that, okay, we're flying, we're still going up, especially being on a Friday. Slow Friday. And next week, big boy earnings. So I like to take my profits when I can. So that's what we did here. 1 minute, flew up, took out the target. Now there's, let's see here. Right here is a supply zone on the 5-minute right here. Just so you know. Right here, kind of chopped. Did not get rejected. No low was created. So this supply right here gets taken out. Now, what would help me stay in this trade after we sweep this high? If this supply got flipped and there was demand. Now, it did come back and retest it. And we're going up as of at the moment. But there was no demand that printed right here, so that's why I got out. Being a Friday, I'm taking my profits when I can. And our next high would be right here. This right here, obviously, this is called the golden zone. 0.618 and 0.78 retracement from the low down here up. This high, low. This is a 1-hour supply zone I have here. No, it's actually a 4-hour. This is a 4-hour, and you see this big old gap. So, if this high right here is taken out, I am looking for a entry into supply. My thought, we're going to reverse, come back and take out this whole area. Possibly a good retrace to another golden zone or a whole bear structure, and we come in this big old daily demand I have down here. Now these zones right here, custom zones. You don't see these on any other YouTube. This is all trial and error that was developed years ago. There's no indicators up here on the left. I don't use any indicators. This is all custom base. Okay, some people will say, oh, this is demand, this is supply, and I look at it, I'm like, no. And I say my custom supply and demand is high quality zones. High quality. Other people might have their own ways. This is mine. And we stick with the market structure right now. Small time frame, we're all uptrend, large time frame, uptrend. This low held, this low was taken out. So this is why we could reverse and come back down and come angling at this. Sweep this low. My goal is to come in, buy right here for another all-time high. But I have to see how we arrive, how sharp, or if it's a corrective retrace. Corrective retrace, very important if you want to head into the opposite direction. Impulse, you need to watch out. Let's see. Yesterday and today, intraday Microsoft trade for calls. We're on a weekly time frame. This is a weekly zone right here. Came down. This was a daily supply. We kind of rejected it and we shot right down to weekly demand. Weekly, larger than daily. So I expect we kind of fly back up here. Earnings next week though. So we jump back down on the daily. So right here, I'm going to show you guys as we entered the weekly demand. Low time frame, downtrend, 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 downtrend. There's no reversal structure. Right here, I've seen right here on the 3-minute zone. 3-minute time frame. We come in, we take out this little equal high right here on this right here. Kind of helps me indicate, all right, and we have a reversal structure with the help of demand to hold. And that's what happened. 1 minute time frame. You can see right here is another demand zone on a 1 minute. See how this equal high was taken out? And a demand print at the equal high. This is conviction. A reversal structure is occurring. I have to now go hunting. And hunting on the 3-minute demand time frame, that was my entry. This is now, as I entered, right here is my stop loss. If we came in here, we reversed, and we came back down, okay, my exit's right here. My entry, what, 442, and my exit's at 442.24. Not a big loss. I have a very tight stop loss, and these zones help me keep those stop losses, and they help me keep my trades as we go up. Higher high taken out, low is held. We continue to grind up. This high was taken out. This right here, got it marked right here, 15-minute demand zone. This was this morning. So I held my trade obviously overnight. High taken out. We come right down, touch in demand. Could have entered again, could have added more. Someone from the Discord could have jumped in a little bit more if they missed this entry. And we fly. My target for taking profit, next high. My goal obviously is to head up here, and that's all based off of the type of option you jumped in. I did a month out. I was about 60-70% profit. Went ahead and took the profit. It's a Friday. I don't want to deal with a Saturday, Sunday decay of options, and then possibly more decay Monday, Tuesday. I think Wednesday or Thursday is the earnings for Microsoft. So I don't want to sit and wait, let the decay, let the options take some of my profit. Went ahead, took it. I could have held through earnings if maybe my balls were a little bit bigger. Usually I've done that. Kind of didn't go so well in the past. So you live and you learn. Well, this is my ultimate goal, this whole path. Sweeping this high over here in the daily supply. There's still some use. This is used right here, but this is unused supply. It could still reverse here. But as you see how impulsiveness, we're moving up. I jump into my Elliott Wave Theory now. I say 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is another 3, 4 come in, and we reach up to wave 5, and we may have like a wave 1 completed, and we retrace for a wave 2. Maybe could be a shallow 2, and then wave 3 for inner earnings, shoot straight up. A lot of possibilities, but coming out of weekly demand and an impulse up is a good indication of a retracing way back up here to the 500s. But that's like my entries, supply, demand, understanding impulse correctiveness, of staying in my trades, keeping my stop loss tight. Now, let's see here. We have a request for Hood in my Discord. Hood. Looks like I have something already drawn on Hood. Hood, you want to know when to get in Hood? It was beautiful. Get rid of that. That was probably a previous all-time high. Hood was a beauty entry right here. Look at this. Supply got tagged right here. We flipped supply, printed demand, and what did we do? We retraced. At $14 we could have got in. $14, and we flew. And we flew. Everybody's getting back on Robinhood. I mean, Robinhood's putting out a lot more stuff. You trade on SPX now, NDX, sports. Been doing that. You can trade the Oscars. Who wins the Oscars, the best pitcher, all this and that. So, got a nice little weekly demand here. I love it when it comes to where the previous high is and the demand is put there. This has been shopping right here, range bound since July. I mean, I understand there's a new high, but we're still in the same range. I don't touch anything really in this range. Usually what this indicates is shallow wave 2s, wave 4s, but this is where market structure comes in. To understanding what happens next. What do you think is going to happen? Do we just sit and wait and then we enter something? This is where market structure happens. This is a big low right here. Obviously we have a high. This is the low and high range. When you use market structure, like I kind of mentioned in the beginning, the sellers are right here. They come down, they take profit. Even buyers that are still in right now and they come in, they sweep low. Buyers, what they do is they bail out. I'm like, oh, nope. The floor's coming out. And big money comes in usually, sweep lows as a buying opportunity. You got to remember that. So that's what sometimes happens. I'll show you on another one actually. Quickly, I'll jump back over to Hood. When I say sweep lows and they come in, this happened in earnings for Netflix. Look at that. That low right there. Cross taken out. And we just pushed up. That's some big, good, nasty, sexy demand right here. And some supply. But you see what happens with sweep low. Buyers come in. So let's jump back to Hood. Hood. Hood, it's in a waiting. I want this low taken out in a reversal structure, like I mentioned on Microsoft, where it has to be impulsiveness on the lower time frame and demand has to print, taking out previous highs on low time frame. That just helps the quality of the trade and the conviction, your confidence in the trade happen. So right now I'm jumping in the 3 minute. This is all junk to me. High taken out here, low taken out here. It's just a messy area. So for my convention, let's say this low is not taken out, and let's say we continue to go up. Let me jump to like a little 15 minute. So this high right here that was taken out, well, I want demand to print right here to help. Demand prints right here. It could take out this high right here and come back and test this high. But if there's demand here, I'm like, okay, I convince you. I'll take an entry right there. We may not come down here. Buyers may have just say, all right, we're pushing up. So I'm not always going to wait here. I got to look at the low time frames, combining the market structure, as in understanding bulls coming in reversal, bears coming in reversal. Then I look at my zones. Where did buyers come in? Where are those orders still sitting? Or buyers wanting to come in more? And they're usually, again, at this previous high. So waiting for demand to print here. I'm on the 15-minute, nothing yet. I can see some convention that something could print here. 45-minute. Nothing yet. Let's say the 20-minute. 20-minute has a potential right here. Made a higher high, but we need to make another higher high. But I like to see a little impulse, and we come back down and retest for a swing up. Delete. What am I looking for now? What I'm looking for, okay, now we have a low. See, this low was taken out. When this low was taken out, we chop. This is the daily. There's nothing here to enter. It's just ugly. Did not take out this high. If you took out this high, you have a kind of a good bullish restructure happening, and then you find the demand to enter to continue up. Because you can get wrecked on these options right here. And you can't predict how long chop is going to be. Okay. But you can stop yourself from entering a stupid trade if there's nothing there to enter. So that low is taken. We want this high taken out. Okay. So we have technically we have this high now as well. When you look on the small time frames, there's always a high, there's always a low, there's always a different high, different low on every time frame. And this all looks very corrective. There's no impulse. This is very corrective. As a Elliott Wave, I'll be like A, B, C, up. All right. And looks like almost a 5-wave down, impulse down. So right now on the low time frame, this low has to be taken out to continue to come back down. Right now, this is just range bound, as in nothing to enter. You could get still wrecked with options, the delta, the Greeks. Please look into that if you don't understand it. Don't do options if you don't understand it. This right here, we could just chop. Okay, I need to see, this is on the hour time frame. I need to see something happening on low time frame before I enter a trade. Okay. I can make no, you can't make a bull case out of this. This is where Elliott Wave kind of helps you. Is like, what's impulse? What's corrective? Some people were like, oh, that's an impulse. Look at that. Right here. Oh, man, it flagged and went straight up. Well, that's not an impulse. If it was impulse, it would have come down way back down here. It would have continued maybe a little sideways. It would have tested this high and went flying back up. But as you see, we just dropped all the way back to the range. So yeah, this is a corrective. All right. For my guy in Discord, you may be feeling what I'm kind of putting out. There's nothing really there. Not right now in this case. I even see small time frames of supply and demand get both taken out. That just tells me there's a low buyers and low sellers here. I do like the area where weekly zone is. This low would have to hold. I prefer the low be taken out and retry and impulse up. That would be the best scenario. So we get this and we just reverse. This is an impulse, taking out this high, and continue. That's what we want. This is a bullish reversal. Take out the low, print demand, your entry, continue to hold, raise your stop loss. That's what we want. That's the goal. That's what we want right now. Let's say if I wanted a swing trade on something very small. Okay, this low here, this low was taken out. We kind of reversed and took out this high pretty quick. Made another high, kind of the equal high. This one actually, we just took out this high. Low time frame, still kind of corrective. Some would say for the shapes people. Oh, inverse head and shoulders. Sure, you could say that. But look very in depth of what occurs here. With inverse head and shoulders, because hey, this low went straight up to a high. Bulls are coming in. Bulls are still coming in on the low time frame. So right here on the 5 minutes zone, here is a 5-minute demand here. I want it to go in my zones. I mean, you can maybe enter here and keep this stop loss here. That's on you. I mean, it's only $1. Technically, this is a whole combo zone, but just very tagged it. Took out the high. See what happens when you take out the high. Buyers take their profit. Sellers might come in, or just a lot of buyers take their profit, and it just cools off. And we chop, and then buyers and sellers have to decide what happens next. 3 minutes, see right here. Here's a 3-minute supply yet. Drop taken out here. My guy, I don't see anything right now on MSTR. For me, that I would enter a trade with my strategy. Weekly, just being weekly demand, I kind of like. Some could put a little triangle if you want. I could put in a B, C, D, E triangle happening. That's usually an Elliott Wave Theory thing. But I'm not gonna enter a trade off of A, B, C, D, E because that could take another month to complete. Gets really choppy, and not sure when these earnings are. But the goal is probably to retrace up here. Nice 100-point move. But we need conviction, low time frame entry, something to help us enter a trade and then continue to print demand to stay in that trade. So MSTR, that's it on that one. See what our market's doing right now. Choppy, yep. Probably no trades for me today if it's just going to continue sideways. And being big boy earnings next week, it's going to do this. Probably. Till the Apple earnings, Amazon earnings, or any type of news comes out. So guys, Cheezit here. Just started the YouTubes. Been doing this for about 7 years. Got my Discord. I will put my WAP. I use my subscriptions are on WAP. You can go ahead and check out. You can do a 7-day trial. I've had hundreds of members in my other Discord. We just transferred to a new Discord. I created it all for the last couple months. You can ask the guys in there if you want to be in the 7-day trial. You can ask their opinion on me, on everything we do. I give you kind of entries of what I want to see in my trades. Daily updates with the futures. SPY QQQs, I still revert to NQ and ES because those are the real buyers and sellers because it's 24/7. SPY, ETS, it's so gappy. So I kind of match it with the futures. Even if I try to trade SPY, I'll go in it by looking at my futures to see if there's demand or supply. So anything else y'all want to hear? There's a ton more to talk about. I have a huge educational system in my Discord that goes in detail, and I'm going to be making more videos very specific ones that's just based off of market structure, based off of the zones or Elliott Wave, or very small time frame to large time frame. What's my strategy when I just look at an empty chart with nothing on it? Where do I start? I'll go more in depth on that in the future. But hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the share button. Come and check out on WAP. You can 7-day trial. Cheezit is my name in the Discord. I know. I like Cheezits. I'm a Cheezit head ever since I was a teenager. Ironically, I can't have any right now because I have to be gluten-free due to a EOE condition. Not fun. So, guys, let me know when you jump in the Discord. See ya. Cheezit out.